16, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Now Hall to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
Hall again on second down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Bengals at 10-4 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Ball on a give up the middle. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, Week 6. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one. So they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. Hall again on 2nd down. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. This defense for the Steelers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run with Hall. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's Hall again. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. Garabay's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point in the season, and he connects on field goal line.
Sure he is. Keep a good opponent because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence on the move to his left. That's complete to John Ross. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good pickup there, a 22. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Christian Watson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have regained the lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And some room to run now. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A two-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. And when it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year.
Come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Looking deep downfield. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Straight ahead is Hall. He's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 147 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They'll run with Hall. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Give to Hall running right. And that'll move him a little little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On for the field goal try, Jonathan Garibay. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Garibay's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll run again with Hunt. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From midfield now, Lawrence. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. 109 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now Lawrence. Got his man. It's caught. for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Robinson. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Robinson again. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
Butker's kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. They're going to get 9 here on first down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But if the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Hall. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is caught. He hits more. And he goes out right around the 39. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On first down, right back to Hall. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Hall again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Now a handoff to start it off. Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he's got room. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Now, meanwhile, the final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. They'll look to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Out of the gun now on third down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. They'll go with the keeper. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Bengals have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that gives him a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the quarterback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Nick Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Christian Watson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. These guys will take a 10-point lead. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Ready.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Ready?
From the 27, Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
211 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll run with Hall. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go do the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Here's Hall again. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.